What's popping? What's popping? YouTube and the Gov Gang. You boy back at it, man. Your boy Brady, Young Ed back at it. You know I had to come with another one today. This time we're gonna be reacting to the boy Dregs One. He finally, gave me a couple flowers for the Young Ed time to stack. I like to shout out all the fans out there and subscribers that spammed his comments and hit him up asking about Young Ed, man, because he doing history of the Bay, but he was leaving the kid out. You can't leave Young Ed out on the Frisco rap scene from back in the day, bro. You know, we all paid away for this shit. I came up under Cool Nut, Fly Mar, RBL Posse. You know, y'all know, man, the spiel, bro. I ain't got to do the whole rundown, but we going to react to this review real quick. And then shout out to one of my viewers. I'm not sure if they subscribed, but they left a comment. They wanted a story time about how I started rapping, how the time the stack came along, and how the Bay Area Playaz, how what type of environment, what type of mood I was in when all that stuff came about. So we're gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna react to this review. Shout out Dregs One, man, for the review. Still ain't hit me up for the interview, but maybe that might be coming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spam him up for the interview. He did the review. Now he got to do the interview. You know what I'm talking about? But we're gonna get right into this, man. We're gonna react to this and see what he was talking about.
Time to stack. People always ask me about Young Ed because this album is highly sought after. Original copies of the CDs go for as
Hold
much as
on.
$600 on eBay. I got mine from Creative Music back in.
He said people always ask him about Young Ed. Now that's gangster, man. And shout out to y'all that's interested in what my emotion is and what happened to me, man. I'm still here. I'm still shining. Feel me? Still 415er. You know what I mean? We still doing it, man. You know, it ain't nothing really changed. Just got older. You know, wiser. And you know, this music. That's the thing about music. It's timeless, man. It lives on. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, they dropped the price of my stuff. You know, the original CD with the gold dollar sign and the gold tape, you know, they was up to like $1,000. So they didn't reduce the price. I guess it wasn't selling at that price, but 600 is still beefy, bro. If I had 1,000 of those CDs, that'd be 600 grand right there. But you know how things is, man. Don't nothing always work out like it's supposed to. But you know, I'm glad for the accolades. I'm glad for the fans. And I'm glad for this review, man. Let's see what else he's saying.
In the day, I wish I still had it. Young Ed came out of Lakeview in San Francisco and dropped this album on Selsky's Inner City Records. I think the reason this album is so popular.
See, now, definitely I did come out of Lakeview, but I'm going to get into that in the story time a little later. But I started rapping in a point. You know what I'm saying? Fly Mar was the one who really gave me my first opportunity. And a lot of times Fly Mar get left out when he was a staple. He came up around the time of Cool Nut, UEMC, Forte, he one of the pioneers of Frisco rap. You know, he had a song where he was talking about beefing with every hood. It went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Push come to shove. So Fly Mar, legend in his own right, and he gave me my first chance. I was on his album. You know, you better ask somebody. That was my first album appearance on Witness. You know what I'm saying? And that was a song featuring Cool Nut and Selsky and me, along with Fly Mar. So yeah, I'm from Lakeview, grew up in Lakeview, but I also in from the point in Sense family over there, start rapping in the point. So yeah.
Popular is because of Selsky's production. He really had his own style, that Lakeview mob funk. Also got a shout out Chess, who co-produced the album and played keys. My favorite track is For the Real featuring Selsky.
Shout out to Chess, man, wherever you at too, man. Find a Way would not have happened without Chess, man. Chess made that beat. He had his boy that was signed to like EMI at the time in a rock band, played the guitar on there, dope, live guitar, bro, acoustic guitar, you know, I mean, electric guitar, went crazy. You know, Find a Way, millions of views to this day. I still get hit up by fans about Find a Way. Booking agents, man, you know, I got 1,000 likes on Find a Way on SoundCloud, over 1 million views on YouTube. Book me, man. I could do one of them throwback concerts. I got enough fans to bring a crowd through for Find a Way. I just got to do one song, bro. Find a Way, you know what I'm saying? And that's off this album.
He Caught Up is also a crazy ass beat. My Way is a dope remix. The original version was on the Silent Cries from the Ghetto compilation.
Uh-huh.
Young Life has features from San Quinn and Hitman from RBL Posse.
See, you can't just go over that like that. Now that was the first compilation I was on. Shout out Les G, Tied Out the Gate. That was Double Rock. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. My first albums was Hunter's Point all day. The Hard Players, man. You feel what I'm talking about? I started rapping on Nukem at Web House. Shout out to Web RIP. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing out here, man. You know what I mean? And I was just a young buck where I just had jumped off the porch, 14, 15, 16 years old, running around the streets, just trying to figure it out, up under cats, seeing Forte blowing up, RBL was blowing up, Cool Nut was blowing up. I'm like, man, and it just enticed me to really jump in the game. I didn't think I would have got that far. I was real humble and modest at that time. So I was just trying to be a part of something. Never thought I would get to this point or even get to where I got. But, it happened and that's how it was, but we're not gonna just jump past the My Way song because that went crazy. That's really where I got a lot of notoriety from. And yeah, we did the remix on there, but the original version is super hard, man. Tied Out the Gate, Silent Cries from the Ghetto. And we ain't gonna just skip over and run speed past San Quinn and Hitman feature, man. Young Life went crazy. Three hottest, youngest niggas in the city at the time. It went crazy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Young Life, there's yet to be another song featuring both of them artists on the same song, man. I can't emphasize that enough. Young Life is the only song of its kind, man. We was all youngsters, under 21, under 20 at that time, man, just tearing it up, ripping it up for the Bay. So yeah, that helped this album be what it is today too.
See, rest in peace. Young Ed has an original rap style, but really it's the beats that make this album so dope. If you're in the
Now that's debatable. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have your opinion. Dregs, you entitled to yours. Now, me, I'm gonna say my flow is dope, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say the beats made me, but the beats did help. But I've had fans tell me that I needed better beats and that my flows was better than the beats. So it's all opinionated. To me, I like the beats a lot because that was our sound. That was what we was going through. This is like a soundtrack to what was going on at that time. You know what I'm saying? The trap life, it was before it was called trapping. Niggas was just, dope dealing, or gang banging or set claiming. And, it got spunky, and it was the money involved. The rap music was just the soundtrack to what was going on in the city. And yeah, that's what it was. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna say the beats just made Time to Stack. It was everybody put their portion in, and that's what made it dope. You know what I'm saying? Sale had the funk, the West Mob funk. At that time he was producing with Black C and RBL, and he was making bangers. Mortuary Number on his pager, Bounce to This. He had the Mr. Predictor album. So it was just we was all in that mesh of like talent. And then Chess, his dad played keys for Santana. So Pops come from the lineage of greatness, legends, platinum artists. Chess had the fingers like his dad. He put in. And we just all put into this gumbo, this mix of dopeness, man. And then I feel like we should have had more songs. I had a song called Pimpinism that Seal didn't put on there that was featuring Mac Boo. That should have been on there. But yeah, I ain't gonna say just the beats made it, and I ain't gonna say just my flows made it. It was what we was on, bro. Like it was real. Like this is what we was on. This was a young nigga, like really coming up in the city, coming up in Northern Cali, and getting out there and making a push. Starting with nothing. You make turning nothing into something, bro. That's what made time to. It was time to stack. It was time to run it up. That's what made the album what it is.
the fat ass bass lines and crazy West Coast synths, then make sure you check this out. I give it 4 out of 5 slaps. Underground classics, Young.
Right on, Dregs. Appreciate you for that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to do that, even though I really feel like you kind of did have to do that because I'm a staple, man. Just humbly speaking, I'm not trying to, sound all conceited and cocky. I had my spurts of getting money off the music, but I had to get back in the streets to really get to a bag. I felt like I should have made way more bread off of my music, and off of time to stack. That's kind of how we fell out, me and Sil, because it was money, it was time to stack. And then I became breaded on my own, but I should have been even more breaded and got more exposure. But everything is what it is. It is what it is. I ain't complaining. I'm happy that I even got these opportunities and that I do got fans out there that really appreciate my music. And what I was trying to do was just reach a mass audience. And that's what I feel like that I did. So shout out Dregs One again for the review. Hit me up for the interview, man, because I got a whole lot of stories, dog. Cool Nut stories, Fly Mars stories, RBL, Hitman stories, Selsky stories. We can go on and on, bro. I did shows with the Sporty Thieves. I was with LV from the South Central Cartel. Like my history, it run deep, in this music shit. So hit me up for the interview, man. We could tell you, all the fallen soldiers we lost, man, in this struggle. And then the music was real life. It was a reflection of what was going on. So that's what makes this music timeless, that you can bump it in 2024 and it's from 1994, 1995. I wrote Creep in 94. That was the first song me and Sil did together. And I think All Black redid that beat a few years back. You know what I'm saying? He jacked the whole beat. So the younger generation is vibing with that sound too because it's timeless. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go on and get into a quick story time. We ain't gonna be on here too long, but I want to do this for that fan that said they wanted to hear about how Time to Stack came along. So as y'all remember from the review, I said that I started rapping in a point. So we're gonna rewind all the way to the beginning. I'll probably do a part two on this story time because I don't want this video to be way too long, but and there's a lot in there. And that's probably something I'll forget. But rewinding all the way back to the early 90s, dog, like 92, 93, when the Chronic and Snoop Dogg came out. Like that's when the West Coast was just, it was going crazy. Like we grew up on NWA as kids. I was on straight out of Compton. I was like, after the East Coast, Run DMC and Public Enemy, like them was my favorite. That was my favorite group, and Too Short as well. So coming into the '90s, once Dr. Dre just blew up with Interscope and the Chronic and all that came out, man, I just was smoking weed, had started selling weed, was trying to get my cousins to put me on so I could sell some dope. They wouldn't let me sell dope. And I just love music. So I was just always rapping, you feel me? And in high school, we used to just get high in some whoever had a car, we in the car, attacking the car out, playing beats, just rapping over it. And I just used to love freestyling. I was never taking it serious. And then one day, one of the homies, he was like, bro, like, I think we was at a party or something, one of the homies' house where his parents was cool. He used to let us smoke weed and do all that in there. So I like battling too. Like let's friendly though, you know what I'm saying? But let's just go back. I could go all night. You feel me? We pitching on the weed, maybe get us a little bottle if we could. Mostly we smoke though, but if we could get some drink, we'd do both, get crossfaded or whatever they call it, and boom, just be flowing. So, I never took it serious. It was just fun to me. And then one day the homie like, bro, you should do this for real. My homeboy Pete, shout out to White Pete, bro, my dog. You know what I'm saying? He like, bro, you really got this shit for real. I'm like, nah, I ain't tripping like that, bro. I'm just, doing my thing. Then a couple other cats I went to school with, I went to Reardon at the time, played football. I was a, athlete. It was a private school, but I went for sports. Moms wouldn't let me go to Mac. I really wanted to go to Mac. She wouldn't let me go there. She knew what I was gonna get into. Then Lincoln was cool, but I didn't think their football team was cool. Then my auntie and uncle, my great aunt and uncle, they like, we can help you get to Reardon. Then they gave me, we couldn't afford it, but with the sports and everything else they kind of worked with us. So yeah, I went to Reardon, you know what I'm saying, and did real good at football. I really could have went on a partial scholarship to Fresno State my senior year, but I was already rapping with Sale, and I chose the music over football just because I didn't want to get injured, even though you can get knocked off rapping, but that's where my mindset was. But anyway, long story short, a few people telling me, bro, just you should rap, you should rap. So P had introduced me to Moose. They went to junior high together. You know what I'm saying? Moose made beats. He like Moose make beats. You know what I'm saying? You got the flows. Y'all need to just go to the studio, bro. And it's such a small world in Frisco that the studio we started at Frisco Studios, it was like 22 an hour back then, bro. Like 16 track, reel to reel. It was cool. But the thing about Frisco Studios was it was next to Bayview Studios, which had moved into the same building. Studio A was Bayview, Studio B was Frisco. So we started off in Frisco. We little niggas, you feel me? But we just working on a demo, trying to just get out there. So we making little songs. I made a song called Friday Night. I put all the homies at school and their names in the song. I feel like everybody want to hear their name in the song, you know what I'm saying? So I just did a story. It was like Moose made the beat, and then we had the Jeanne sample. It's Friday night and the weekend's here. We had that, but it was just it's Friday night. It's Friday night. It was like that, right? So I'm just rapping about what we was doing, like getting high, you feel me? Being at the little house party, just young kid shit back in the day before cell phones and all that, you know what I mean? So boom, we do that. I do another song called Clock in the Cash. I do a song called Action Pack, just going crazy for real, you know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening was we had like 3 or 4 songs on that demo and we just moving around. Moves me. I can't. It's bro gonna kill me if he see this because I can't remember bro name. You feel me? Our first manager. You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, this tight. It was raw. It wasn't mixed. Nothing. It was just his beats, my raps, just rough drafts. He like, bro, y'all can go somewhere with this. He a project nigga. You feel me? He from Sunnydale. You know what I'm saying? And he ends up introducing me to Fly Mar though. You know what I'm saying? So Fly Moore was working on You Better Ask Somebody. He working on that album at this time. And he on SMG, Solar Music Group was big. That was St. Charles, which was E40 relative. I'm not sure if it was his uncle, cousin, whatever, but that's who everybody was going through. If you had the posters back in the day, had Solar Music Group on there. Sibo, Pizzo, like everybody, bro. Everybody that was tight. The clique was SMG. And that's what Fly Mars coming out on. So I'm like, dang, bro, you really doing it. He like, yeah. So he heard my demo. He like, you got what it take. But I mean, it wasn't just about rap with Fly. Like Fly used to have me come to the house. I'm like kicking it with this nigga. Like he got me around his baby mama, his daughter. Like we chilling, smoking weed. We really bonded. Like we was like, that's my nigga to this day. Like I got love for Fly Mars. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I would have did come out under Fly Records because he was the first to put me on. But I'll never forget that time. I was so anxious to get on. I'm just like, dang, bro, I gotta get on, bro. Like, I want to get on some shit. Fly like, be patient. You gonna get on. You gonna get on. I got you, bro. You gonna be on the album. Don't trip. Don't trip. So man, I'm just like, bro. And he playing me all this shit. I'm like, bro, I gotta get on. I gotta get on. So long story short, bro. No lie. 1993, bro. He doing his album in Studio B, Frisco Studios. Enhancer is in Bayview Studios, right next door. Bro, this day was the illest day, bro. We pull up. I'm a young fly nigga. I'm doing my thing. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was in school, I was playing sports, but I was having a little something because I was doing my thing. So I was dressed nice and I had my money for studio time. Me and Moose going half at the time. Boom. Master P there. Master P there. I see Master P. I'm like, dang, he with a bad one. I don't know who that was, but he had a bad one with him, bro. And he had hella niggas with him. And then nigga King George was in Studio A. I didn't know who he was at the time, but now I know that was King George. So he in there vibing. But we in Studio B. So I'm like back and forth, like Fly got Studio B. The nigga Sauce was like a baller from the point. He putting bread in the fly. I'm just peeping all the game and shit. Webb up in there. Webb did the beat to Witness. So they loading up. They're like, yeah, you gonna get on this one. Nigga, I had notebooks at that time. I had pillows, like, feel me, notebook stacked. So I'm like, the beat, he played a beat. I'm like, nigga, I got some of this. So I just start rapping shit. The raps already had to it. I'm like, nah. Then I finally found one and it was like, day by day, I'm going every which way. Niggas see my style, try to copy, but they can't portray. The game from a hustler. Oh, not a bust. I'm like, well, let's go with that. Nigga, I'm laying this one down. They're like, yeah, lay that down. Feel me? Because I'm rapping them like outside. But meanwhile, Studio A, they mixing down, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Doom, 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 doom. Nigga, I'm like, bro, what's going on? But Black and them wasn't there at that time. P there, he mixing it. And Hansel there, I'm back and forth like, bro, this is crazy. Fly like, yeah, bro, go lay your verse. I'm finna put Cool Nut and Cell on this. I'm like, what? He like, well, it was crazy because he said Cool Nut, because Cool Nut was there. I guess they was laying they shit for West Coast Bad Boys 1. And then now I lay my verse in like, bam, I'm one take Jake around that motherfucker. Boom. I'm double. They like, bro, that's a go. You out of here. Boom. I come out. Nigga, Cool Nut pull up. He energy, boy, bounce. He got the mic. I'm like, bro, he laid his shit. I think he freestyled that motherfucker, bro. He laid that. I said, bro, I damn near wanted to redo my verse. Fly like, nah, your verse tight. I said, bro, Nut ripped it. Then Cell came in here. Cell definitely freestyled his shit. I'm talking about they was super one take Jake. They had me like, dang. Fly like, I'm gonna lay my verse later, y'all. Oh man, woo. So nigga, I'm juiced. I'm like, oh, we finna blow up. Cause all these niggas is like legends, bro. Like to me, Cool Nut was like, who could I compare him to, bro? He was like our DMX. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I'm like, bro, I'm on a song with Cool Nut. Selsky was that nigga too, though. Selsky was that, but Cool Nut with the IMP, bro, him and Totally Insane and Dre Dog at that time, bro, they was like our big time rappers. They was still local, but they was big time because they was nationwide under In a Minute. So they was that's all you rode around hearing and bumping was them. So for me to be on that, I'm like, bro, this crazy. So long story short, I'm like a senior in high school at this time. Junior going into senior year. I'm like, I can't wait for Fly shit to come out. It finally come out like senior year. Then boom. Next thing I know, I got fans, bro. Like I'm skipping over some shit, but I did a talent show and I'm talking about every school couldn't get in. I was signing autographs. I'm signing autographs on Fly Mar poster. Like we performed the song. Like I had groupies and everything before I knew what groupies was, bro. Off of that. So then off of that, Fly Mar take me to Double Rock. Les G had the studio on the projects. Les G like, oh, I gotta get you on. He moved the studio up to San Bruno. So if y'all familiar with Frisco, you gonna know the geographics. If you're not, just bear with me. Double Rock was in the projects, but you know it was spunky over there at the time. But that's where you would go get the weed. Niggas from all over the city, like Double Rock was popping. So I'm up in there, like at first, in the Jets rapping, you know, with all Double Rock Hunters Point niggas. I don't think some shit happened up there. Les G ended up getting a studio San Bruno where the bus run, nigga, at the top, like Hilltop. Hilltop niggas know what I'm talking about. Niggas like Devious up there, Howie T, like it's cracking. Sale would come up there. JB started rapping. He was rapping there. When JB was just, you know, before me and JB all the way had linked up, but we been knew each other because we was growing up together. But I didn't even know JB had rapped. So boom, he like, you gonna be on Silent Cross from the Ghetto. I want do this song. He gave me some beat. I go to the house. That's what I did. Smoke weed and write raps. So boom, I write my way to another beat. It was a mobby beat, but I came in there and pull off the hand, bend the block as I punch on the throttle, roll down the window, the end of the bottle. You feel me? So he like, I lay that down quick. Like I say, one take Jack. I already had, I was ready. Like I practiced my raps over and over. So when I get in the studio, but I ain't fumbling over this shit. I ain't. Plus, I was paying for studio time. I was used to paying for my own studio time, so I ain't wasting time in the booth. Nigga, I'm trying to get as much done for however many hours we could get. So anyway, nigga, I lay that shit down. Devious was there. He's like, bro, Devious, shout out Devious, bro. I don't know where that nigga at today, but that was my nigga. He like, bro, Devious got cold flows too. Dark side niggas too. Whatever. Then niggas like, bro, that shit was hard as fuck, bro. Like you hella hard, bro. Like I'm just like hella humble still. I'm like, nah, it's cool, it's cool. He's like, nah. Devious was, bro. He keep me pumped like, bro, you hard, bro. You gotta fuck with us. That's like, bro, you need to do something tight out the gate. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm still like fucking with Fly or whatever. So nigga, I'll go. They hit me up like a couple days later. I forget how long it was. Like, bro, you need to pull up to the studio, bro. I gotta show you something. I'm like, what? You mix a song? He's like, bro, just come up here. I'm like, all right, shit, whatever, bro. Because I had a copy of this. He let me get a copy of the rough draft or whatever that I laid down. So I'm juiced. I'm like, I'm finna be on this compilation, whatever. I get up there, bro. He done redid the whole beat. He like, bro, that beat that you had, you came too hard for the beat. Let's G say, bro, you came too hard for that beat. So we laying down some other shit for you, bro. And he came with that my way beat, bro. I heard that. I just said, bro, bro, Devious was in there too. He's like, bro, that's the one. Made it the first song on that bitch, nigga. I'm the first person, the first song. That was a big thing back then to be the first song on the comp. That mean you that nigga. Cause like Herm, Sugar Bear, that song coming up out the cuts. He was first song. Bay Area Playaz, RBL first song. You niggas better miss me. You feel me? So I'm feeling it. But then after that came out, bro, it was like hella shit going on back to back. Me and Sale start tapping in more because shit, Sale on the View. Nothing to view. I'm living my auntie and uncle, great aunt and uncle. Their house was on Montana Street. I literally was raised there. Like my mom lived other places, you know, she tried to keep me out of the shit because she didn't want me getting caught up, which I ended up still getting. She knew, you know, that the type of person I was going to be in the shit. So she always tried to keep me on the outskirts, Daly City, South City, but I always would navigate. We went to church in Fillmore, you know what I'm saying? And my aunt and uncle always picked me up from school or took me to school because my mom had to work a lot, so I was always in Lakeview. And they used to be like, you can't go on Randolph, you can't go to the park because it was always active, you know what I'm saying? But I will find my way spinning off down there and then get caught, get in trouble, get whoopings and shit. But fast forward back to this time, you know, me and Sale start locking in. Sale like, bro, so I'm riding around with Sale, senior in high school, bro. And he working on his album, bro. We went to Music People, I think, somewhere in the East Bay. We smoking. Sale always had good ass weed. We smoking. I'm riding, we smoking. He playing the whole Mr. Predictor before it come out. I'm like, bro, you got Hitman on it? He had Mr. C. I said, bro, he said, you on here, don't even trip. Nigga, this like beginning of my senior year. So I had football practice and hella shit. All right, I'll never forget, nigga. Nigga, he's like, come to the studio. Nigga, I left practice. Nigga, I gotta leave early, bro. I left practice. They was in Studio A. They was at Enhancers, nigga. It was Seal, Swoop, Ballhead, SB, Leo J, and Dirtbag. Everybody was in there, nigga. I'm nervous. I really don't know. I knew Leo J because I grew up with that nigga. We all went to the same church. And I knew Seal. And I kind of knew Ballhead because I used to see him all the time. He used to be with Nut. And I used to see Nut all the time when I was a little kid on like the M and shit. But I wasn't really knowing them niggas like that. So, nigga, I'm nervous as fuck. But I lay my verse down, top down with that Alpine Pound. I could feel it, me mugging with my ball cap tilted. I'm twisted, blooded with the hand. Feel me? And boom, back to practice. I don't know. Did I forget. I think I did go back to practice, though, because it was quick. Got up out of there. So that's how I got on Mr. Predictor. So then me and Sale started just gelling, bro. And, you know, I'm still fucking with Fly, but I'm like, bro, I'm trying to make moves. Let's G, like, bro, we could do an album too. You know what I'm saying? We could do an album. I'm like, so many things going through my mind, but I'm locked in with Seal so much that we gelling. So Sale started giving me beats. He gave me the creep beat. He gave me, I think, he gave me like caught up beat. No, I can't remember. I think Chess and them did that. But he gave me a couple beats, and I did creep. I snapped on that, bro. And then, long story short, my good friend, his cousins with Black Sea nephew. So we already tight. Shout out to Willie B. That's Black Sea nephew, like his sister, his mom's brother, like, you know what I'm saying? So, boom, that's how that come about. It's like was family, you know what I'm saying? It just, man, he brought me around like this young Ed, woo, Black took me in, Hit took me in. So it's all interlocking. Sale, Black, Cool Nut, like we forming our super group, we forming our, and what Cop and All was to me, I wanted to have everybody included in the Cop and All. Like everybody was in the cartel, like everybody I collabed with, Quinn, Hit, like I had everybody was a part of that. Feel me? That was my vision. So by me rocking with Seal, we used to go to the store in I think it was in Durant Square. We used to go to Music People, and then they had the record store in Durant, and that's where the Asian homie, I forget his name, he did Bay Area Playaz. So at that time, he like, man, Seal, shoot us your song. Cause the comps is hot. Seal hot, stressed out, was already out. Herm was already out. So Seal on both of those, Seal buzzing crazy. So labels at him, everything. Dude, like, bro, well, they did their business, whatever. He like, bro, you on this. You gonna get on there. I'm gonna make the beat. You gonna swoop on we gonna do my side of town. And boom, we went back to enhancers. And really that's what started me. I still went to Studio B because Jim Larkin, that's why I say Frisco is a small world. Jim Larkin ran Studio A. That was his building, but Studio A was his. He rented out. I mean, Studio B was his. He rented out Studio A to Enhancer. So Enhancer had all this shit in there. And Studio B was where, we stayed still fucking with that. But when I started rocking with selling RBL, it was more towards enhancers. You know what I mean? So that's how that came about. That's how the Bay Area Playaz came about. And we just, after that, it was just like sales start. I mean, Chess started coming around. And man, he's like, bro, we got to do the album. And Sale was working on multiple albums at that time. His shit that came out 95. He was working on UNLV's, which was a banger. That's where Royal Vogues came from on West Coast Bad Boys 2, because that album never came out. And Murders, Manslaughters, bro, at the time, that was the hardest shit I ever heard in my life at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we just jailed. It was just all the, talent, all the spunk from the city, we meshed it into the music. And we would be, it wasn't like now where you sing your verse, I record my verse and send the waves. Nah, we all at the studio at the same time. Like Quinn was in, we did Young Life, Quinn was there, Hitman was there. You know what I'm saying? We did these songs together. You hearing the nigga in the booth, like, so that's keeping, oh, you next. So that's keeping you pumped. And that's what made me so hungry, because I'm like, bro, I'm in here with the sharks. Like, I can't come weak. Like, Sales was snapping, Mr. C snapping, Kuna definitely snapping. He had, like I say, on Witness, he had me. I told Fly, bro, I need to do my verse. I need to write a new verse. He said, nah, your verse straight, bro. I wanted to write. Kuna had me want to change my. So that's what had me so hungry and had me really going crazy. And then once we did that, it was just like the reception was big. We did a few shows at some schools and college campuses, and in front of big crowds, and it was like crazy. So I was like, fuck it, Sal, I'm gonna just do the album with you. And then him and Chess got the cooking up. They came with Caught Up. They came with The Player Forever. When they came with Find a Way, it was just like, come on, bro, for real. I just remember smoking, writing that song. I laid it down, bro. I got to the house from my mama's house, and I must play that song on repeat like 100 times, just smoking, just like, bro, this is so tight. And yeah, that's how we kept going. We just kept pumping them out, and Time to Stack came about. That's how Bay Area Playaz got on Bay Area Playaz. So I'm gonna end it. Just getting long, but hopefully that was a cool story time. I probably left out some stuff. I'm gonna do a part two. If y'all want a part two, go on and hit the comments up. Give me some more likes. I ain't been getting a lot of likes. I need more comments. Share this video so the algorithm will pick me up. Shout Dregs out. You know what I'm saying? Shout Selsky out. Shout RBL out. Our people that's still here, we're gonna give them their flowers. RIP Ballhead, RIP Cool Nut, RIP Hitman, Killer Keys, Mr. C. You know what I'm saying? RIP all the fallen soldiers from the city, man. We love y'all, bro. We miss y'all, bro. But I'm gonna keep y'all name alive while I'm still breathing. Y'all still alive. You know what I'm saying? SFC for life. Gone.